Public School. I'm your science teacher. We are learning chapter 14, Nature Resources. We are about to end at an end of our chapter, but still there are four more theories left. Two we are going to study today: the carbon cycle and the greenhouse effect. Now, carbon cycle, one of the very important phenomena we are dealing with today also, and one of the very big problem we are dealing today. Okay, now if we talk about carbon, right, why carbon is so important towards the life is there are many scientists who believe, it's not written here, right, but still I'll just share a little detail, that some of the scientists believe that the life may exist on earth because of the carbon present. Okay, so it's just a belief, no one knows what actually happened. So why does the carbon so important? I'll tell you. First, because carbon is found in various forms on the earth, various forms. So where you can see carbon is in the form of graphite. Maximum, most of the carbon we form in terms of diamond and graphite. Secondly, we have carbon dioxide in our atmosphere, right, as carbonate, hydrogen carbonate salts in minerals. So in diamond and graphite, as in carbon dioxide, as carbonate, hydrogen carbonate, as salts. Also, now it is very surprising, in most of our life forms like proteins, carbohydrates, fats, which we eat every day, and you must be surprised that all of this nucleic acid, vitamins, we do have carbon inside it. Yes, that molecule or compound have protein, carbohydrates, fats, nucleic acid, vitamins, all. It's not totally made up of carbon, again I'm telling you, but it has one of the atom or component as a carbon. But if carbon is not there, that component might not have exist. Even the endoskeleton and the exoskeleton of animals are also form of carbonate salts. So think, where do you find carbon? It's everywhere. It's everywhere, right? Even the basic process of photosynthesis, our carbon is converted into glucose. Yes, during the process of photosynthesis, right, you know, the photosynthesis can only possible with the help of sunlight and the plants which contains chlorophyll. So chlorophyll is the component, with the help of that only the photosynthesis process can be happen in the presence of sunlight. In this process, the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere is converted into glucose molecule. Now you know we all need glucose. What? For energy, for biological processes. Right? Now what happens is, during these biological processes, we absorb oxygen and we exhale. We inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. Exactly. So this is one of the way the carbon dioxide again converted back to atmosphere. Okay. So carbon is converted into glucose. Glucose is utilized during our biological processes, and again the carbon is released in the atmosphere. So this is how one of the way the carbon dioxide, right, is released in the atmosphere. The carbon dioxide is released in the atmosphere. Another process, how does the carbon again goes back, is one of the very important thing. What? Combustion. Combustion of what? Combustion of fuels, wood, right, all these things. Combustion of fuel, wood, right, fuel in terms of heating, cooking, transportation, everywhere. And the main important process is the industrial process. So this is the major reason of amount of carbon dioxide increase in the atmosphere is industrial, cooking, transportation and heating. You know, this process is day by day it is increasing, right? And you know that the carbon dioxide doubled since the industrial revolution has increased. Okay, so this is how the carbon goes back to the atmosphere, right? So see, I'll this is a flowchart, I'll help you. So carbon dioxide is there in our atmosphere, right? It goes to plants. So plants inhale carbon dioxide. Now when the plant is burned first, and when the plant is burned is converted into coal, right? Again the coal is burned, the carbon dioxide goes back to the atmosphere. Second, if the plant is buried, it is converted into petroleum. Again the petroleum is, when we burn it, converted into carbon dioxide. Third, the plant, right, plant the organic compounds, right, and there are plants during night time they exhale carbon dioxide. Yes, it's not, there is only few plants which take carbon dioxide day and night, otherwise the plant do give carbon dioxide in the night. Yes. Second, if the plant is eaten by animals, it goes to the animal, and then when the animals are buried or die, it converted into petroleum, that I already told you. Plant when exhale gives carbon dioxide back, or when it converted in terms of inorganic carbonate shells. So this is how our whole cycle goes. Okay. So understood what a carbon cycle means. Now we are going to see is the greenhouse effect. Now there is nothing like a greenhouse. Okay, I'm not talking about any house which is green in color. Right. Now greenhouse is what? It's somewhere, if you recollect the activity, that if you made a rooftop made up of glass, right? Like if it has the walls made up of some curtains and the rooftop made up of some glass, the heat is trapped inside the glass. During daytime, if the heat comes inside, the heat is trapped and you feel warm. That's what our house do for us. Okay. But what this phenomena, how does it surrender to our nature? Now in our nature what happen is, in our earth, right, in our earth the heat is trapped in our atmosphere. So during daytime what happen is, our earth is heated. Right, during daytime the earth is heated, and night that earth release that heat. So we have certain gases in our atmosphere which trap this heat inside the earth only, which keeps our earth warm during night. If our atmosphere and such gases are not present, you're really surprised to know we have a very hot day and we have a very cold night. Cold night means it should be ice everywhere. Yes, it should be ice everywhere. And this is the only reason, and a very big reason, that the earth has the life has sustained on earth. Yes. If you just Google it and check about moon, the day temperature is almost more than 100 and something, and the night temperature is minus 90 or something. Minus 90. Do you really assume what I'm telling you? Yes. So thanks to this greenhouse effect, that our day and a night temperature get balanced. Our earth is not getting too cold during night. Now why I'm talking all these things? Because carbon dioxide is one of the greenhouse gas, right? But nowadays what happened is, the amount of carbon dioxide is increasing so much that the heating is getting increasing. That is the reason our summer is getting hotter and hotter every year. It is increasing the temperature by 1 or 2 degree. Ice Icebergs are melting, the sea level is rising, so many green global warming, you must be hearing all those words. It is all because of this thing. So because we are disturbing nature, we are getting suffered because of all these things. And that is the reason we need to plant more trees. We have to use we have to minimize our use of fuels so that the combustion will be decreased, right? And that is the reason the electric motors and everything is coming to a new revolution. But coming back to my point, the greenhouse effect is the heat is getting trapped in our atmosphere during the daytime. The earth get heated, during night this heat is trapped because of these gases, and our earth get warm during the night. Okay, so I hope you got what I said about greenhouse effect, right? So please just mark all these things in your textbook, and we just have left with an oxygen cycle and ozone layer. That's it. That we'll see tomorrow. Okay, till then, bye, take care, I'll see you in the next session.